Jodha and Akbar Sunday 18th of July 2021 update on Z World. Jalal is very happy and says I knew you will come. He is about to get down but sees Jodha vanishes. He recalls Jodha saying that she can't come with him. He says now I have to bear the pain, it's my turn. In Amer, Jodha's convey comes, she looks out of her palanquin and comes out. Daddy is happy to see her, she comes to Daddy, Daddy does her arti, Daddy tells her to place Kana at high place, Jodha's chachi takes Kana's idol from her, Jodha hugs Daddy, Daddy says I am so happy to see you, it's enough that you are found, Daddy says never think that you are alone. Your family is with you. Jodha asks where is mom, Daddy says she is waiting inside, Jodha says I will go, she asks Dasi to take Shanaz to room, she tells Shanaz that don't worry Dasis will take care of you, Jodha tells Daddy that she took care of me in asylum and her name is Shanaz she will stay here. Jodha comes and hugs Meena, she asks why didn't you welcome me? She says I wanted to come out but how could I? I told you to never come here then how could I welcome you, I was so upset for whatever I told you, please forgive me for what I said earlier, Jodha says enough you will not say anything about my masa. Jodha sees her doll, hugs her and says you are great mother how can I be angry at you, forget what happened in the past, what you said was to keep me away from problems in marriage, not to keep me away from you, they hug. Daddy comes and says I told you Meena that Jodha has a big heart, she doesn't hate her enemies then how can she be angry with you, Meena says go freshen up then we will have lunch, Daddy says don't forget about Ganghar Puja, Meena says now Puja will be done with a lot happiness, in jungle, Jalal says I want to be alone for some time, he gets down from horse, he is heartbroken and says I stoop so low that I doubted you. He sits on ground and cries hardly, he recalls Jodha throwing color on him and how Jodha faced him with anger, how she said that she doesn't wanna come with him, some beggar comes to him and gives him food, he says sadness lesson with food, Jalal says you are giving your food to me. He says it's to have half food then you remain hungry, he says I am a poor man, Jalal says but you have heart of a king, he says there is only one king that is Jalal a very brave king, he says he have heart but he doesn't realize that he have. He will give his heart to someone before he realize that he has it. Jalal smiles and eats food. He recalls how he said to Rux that he doesn't have heart neither he will have. Poor man says eat. Jalal gives him money. He says I am not a beggar. Jalal says it's payment for your food. He says I gave to you my most precious thing my food. You also give me your precious thing. Jalal gives him coin. He says I am giving you my most precious thing to you as someone said that give this coin to someone who recognizes me and you recognized that I have heart. Man gets shocked and realize it's Jalal. He sits in Jalal's feet and says forgive me I couldn't recognize, Jalal tells the man to take this coin, he says no I can't take it this must be given to you by someone from your own, Jalal recalls Jodha giving him and saying that take this coin, it will protect you and if someone recognize that you have heart then give it to him, Jalal says yes it's my own. In Amer, tears is in Jodha's eyes, Meena asks what happened, Jodha says nothing, Meena says wear this necklace, it is blessing of Ma Gauri, it will protect your husband from evil, necklace drops and breaks, Jodha is stunned and says Masa it broken, Masa says wear different one. Jodha says no I will fix it and will wear it don't know what problem will come to him, Jalal is sitting in jungle, he hears noise and grabs man who was about to attack him from behind, Jalal says I have education from my Baba, he says you couldn't attack me because you were stabbing from backside. I have the prayers of people with me. He tries to stab him again and this time Jalal's heart. He says once people said I don't have a heart now I have one but someone else owns it. And the one I have belongs to someone else and demands protection. Molly comes and kills the man. Jalal says I knew it. Molly says I won't leave you. Just like you did set me at large. That was your biggest mistake, Jalal looks angrily at Molly. Molly says I will not leave you, you did mistake to free me, you are without weapon so you have to die. Molly laughs, Molly's men comes down from trees, they surround Jalal. Molly says you are a fool to come in my territory without soldier just for the sake of a woman and she didn't even come with you, now you will die here, beg for your life now. Jalal says I don't want it. Molly asks then what you want. Jalal says I want to pray, Molly says okay pray, Jalal raises his hands up to pray, all Molly's soldiers also start praying leaving their swords, Jalal prays and attacks, Molly he says you made mistake to allow me to pray to Allah now he is with me, nobody can do anything to me, Jalal fights with all his men, Jodha is making jewelry piece, she get hurt in her finger, Masa says jewelry maker will do it, Jodha says no I will do it, she prays to protect her husband, Jodha prays for Jalal's protection. Molly tells his men to beat Jalal that nobody will save him, your dead body will go to Agra, Jalal is lying on ground. Adam attacks him with sword and hits him in belly but sword doesn't go in because Jalal had tied coin there and sword hits the coin on his belly, Jalal takes dust in his hand and throws it in Molly's eyes, Jalal looks at the coin and is stunned, Jalal gets up and fights with Molly, he grabs Molly by neck and hits him with sword on face but doesn't kill him. Molly lies on the ground. Jalal says whenever you see your face you will remember me, wish you were not my brother-in-law, wish I had no feelings for your sister. He says you know why you didn't succeed in your mission. Because I have prayers from the whole nation, I have will to win my wife and that is not allowing me to die. If I had died today even then warrior inside me will never die. I have win love of my wife, have to serve my nation till then nobody can touch me. Jalal gets up and goes from there. Jalal is badly injured and falls on ground. Some men holds him. In Amer. Ganghar Puja is done. Jodha recalls Jalal asking her to forgive him. Her chachi calls her. Jodha thinks why I am thinking about you Jalal. Who are you that doesn't get out of my heart? Whom I trusted, I loved, you can't be that one. Jalal is lying on bed. He gets up and is about to attack a man. He says we are your men. Barmal comes and says I sent some soldiers behind you. Jalal says thanks. Jalal asks about Jodha. He says she is better. Jalal says I will meet her. Barmal says she is gone for Ganghar Puja. Jalal says I will go there without wasting time. He gets up and goes out. At lake, all are gathered for rituals. Meena says last year unexpected storm came. I hope this doesn't happen this time. She asks Jodha to make Dia float in water. Wishes gets fulfilled by this. Jodha thinks that Ma is great. She said last year that whose face I will see in lake he will be my life and now she knows I have wishes. She has great heart and knows me well. Thanks Masa. Jalal is coming there. He is unable to walk because of injuries but says I have to see Jodha. Jodha puts Dia in lake and opens her eyes. She sees Jalal's face in lake and is stunned. She says it's my imagination. Why can't I forget him? She closes her eyes. Jalal is in pain so Barmal takes him away. Meena sees it. Jodha opens her eyes and is convinced that she was imagining. Baramla says to Jalal that I will not listen to you now, you need rest, your life is precious, it's your father-in-law's order that you take rest. Meena comes there. Barmal says he came to talk to Jalal but he is not in state to talk and also Jodha will not be happy to see him like this. Jalal is taken inside. Meena says to Barmal that you know Jodha is angry with Jalal. He says I want when they meet they listen to each other but Jalal needs me now. He leaves. Meena comes to Jodha. Jodha tells her that you said I will see face of my partner in lake last year and this year too I saw only Jalal's face. Today I saw him and it felt like it wasn't my imagination but he was here. Meena thinks that truth is that Jalal came to meet you. Meena says why are you talking about Jalal? Remember how he insulted you and when you decided to get separated from him then why do you think about him? Jodha thinks that I am trying hard to not remember him but I see him everywhere. Meena thinks that whatever you say Jodha your heart is with Jalal. Now you are not Queen Jodha but Jalal's wife. Jodha is thinking that why I keep remembering Jalal, why can't I take him out of my mind? I see him everywhere. She comes in room and see Jalal lying on bed. She thinks that she is imagining again. Kaki comes there. Jalal calls out to Jodha. She says to Kaki that I am imagining Jalal everywhere and now hearing him too. Kaki says nothing like that and leaves. She turns and comes in room and is relieved that Jalal is gone. Jalal calls Jodha from behind. She says oh God I am hearing him again. Jalal smiles and puts hand on her shoulder. Jodha is stunned and says Jalal you are here. He says wherever you go I will come there till I talk to you. Jodha says I told you clearly that I will not go to Agra and what are you doing in my room? Jalal says Barmal asked me to rest here. I just want to talk once that. Barmal comes there. He says sorry for disturbing you but doctor asked you to take rest. Jalal says I was doing it but somebody disturbed me. Barmal says I want to talk to Jodha. He takes Jodha out. Jodha asks how come he is here. And how he is injured. He tells her that Mali attacked him. Barmal says I sent some soldiers behind him who took him here. He needs rest so I placed him in your room. Jodha says you know I don't want to live with him. He says in every situation you can't show your anger. I know you are angry with your husband but he is a king too. He is out for many days in search of you and wanted to talk to you but you. Okay you don't want to care about him then. He goes from there. Meena is ordering dasis what should be given to Jalal. Jodha is standing there. Meena asks what are you doing here? Go in your room and take rest. Jodha says I didn't want to disturb him. He is taking rest, so I came here. Meena says good. She says Barmal was saying that Jalal is guest and needs someone to take care of him. He said Jodha will take care of him but I said why will she? She is not interested. I am thinking to move your things to another room. Jodha says no. Bapu is right. He is pure guest and injured too. Jodha tells Dasi to send bottom milk to Jalal. She says I will make remedy for him. Meena smiles. Jodha goes from there. Meena says from outside you may seem angry but I know you love him from inside. You are angry because you want him to pacify you. Now everything will be alright. The episode ends. Now that you are done reading, please don't just leave like that. Click on that red button on your right hand side to subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so that you get notified when we post a new video. And also give a like, comment and share the video to your friends who might need it.